So it's here, it's time for your jewelry show, and we want to make sure that for you and for your hostess, you walk away with 3 bookings for the show. So let me give you some great quick tips about how to get bookings at your show. First of all, arrive early. Get there early enough that you can set your jewelry up where you want it set up, and you can socialize with your hostess and do some last minute coaching and socialize with your guests. You don't want to be arriving, stuffing folders, and laying out jewelry 10 or 15 minutes after the time. Some of you watching this will say, yeah, Sarah, because sometimes I have gotten lost or misplaced my time in my phone and I've arrived late, and I hate it. I hate it. It's horrible. It gets me set up in a completely wrong frame of mind to get bookings at my show. So I love it when I can arrive 35 or 40 minutes ahead of time and get set up and enjoy myself. So I want to set my jewelry up close to the food, because if I have the jewelry in the kitchen and the food on the bar, I know that when the jewelry pre-show starts, people are going to be close to the food and the hostess, they're close to my jewelry. And after the presentation in the living room, they're going to come back to the food and the jewelry. And that's a perfect combination, because that way they can visit and enjoy themselves, and I can work my jewelry table. The more relationships I form, the more that I meet people as they come in, ask them their name, find out if they've been to a show before, tell them my name, find out a little bit about them, the more likely they are to invite me into their home. If they don't know who I am, or I seem a little cold, or I seem very, very nervous, they're not going to invite me into their home. They don't necessarily feel like I'm that warm person that they want their friends to meet. All right, so when I'm ready to get things started, I want to make sure I have fun at my jewelry show. So I use Diva Dollars. Several girls use tickets, but whatever you do, use something to help create fun in your jewelry show. Now, I am not naturally funny. My children will sit behind me and go, nah, not really. I kind of fake it sometimes, but I'm not just a stand-up comedian. So I use ticket money or Diva Dollars, and I find that if I bribe them, hey girls, if you laugh at my jokes because they're really going to be lame, then you get extra money. And I give the pile of money to my hostess and keep a few for myself. And I'm forever going, hey Jenna, give her money. She laughed at my joke and it was really bad. Give her extra because she really laughed and it was a really bad joke. And it helps them laugh and have fun at the show. They ooh and ah over the jewelry. If they participate, anything that I want them to do and they do it, they get Diva Dollars, including saying at about 6:40 for that 6:30 show, hey girls, come on into the living room. If you're in here in 2 minutes, you get an extra $1,000. They grab food and run, and they'll sit down and you can get your show started. All right, so have fun, meet people. Then the next thing I want to do is make a huge deal about my hostess. I actually have my guests grab their phone and text me what they love most about their hostess. And I tell them if they make the hostess laugh, or if she goes, "Aw," they get extra money. And I read aloud some of the things they say. So while they're texting me what they like, which also, guess what? Now I have everybody in the room's cell phone number, and I have them text me their names so I know whose it is. There you go. Now I have all their phone numbers, even if they don't write it on their receipt, because some of them don't do that. Then I'm going to say something like, oh, I want to tell you why I love Marissa so much for hosting the show tonight. When I came in, she had a glass of water waiting for me when I got here, and she already was having me try her famous cookies, and they are phenomenal. Isn't she such a great hostess? Does she make you feel as welcome in her house as she did me? Just something, brag on them. Give them their very special hostess folder. And I tell girls, ladies, tonight while you're shopping, you're going to see that every single piece of jewelry has 3 prices. Retail, that's the price you see on the tag, half price and free. And tonight, that's how Marissa's shopping, is half price and free as the hostess. So I know you're jealous, but we're going to tell you how you can do that later. Give her her hostess gift right then that she got for setting her date. Then, after I've shown lots and lots of jewelry, and you want to show a ton of jewelry, I really think that you need to show at least 15 or 20 pieces of jewelry, if not more. Now, not each necklace that you have individually, but showing maybe 5 or 6 different necklaces plus pieces that go with it. If you don't show more, at least that much jewelry, then they're going to be able to buy everything you show that they like. But if you show, say, 6 necklaces, they're going to love 3 of them, and 2 sets of bracelets that go with them and all 3 earring sets, and they really want that watch and ring too. Now guess what they need to do? Host a show. So showing your jewelry and helping them fall in love with it is definitely going to help you get bookings at your show. And then when you get to your hostess plan, you can either stack jewelry boxes or you can drape jewelry, but do something visual. I love to lay out my trays when I'm demoing that this tray is about what a hostess picks out, half price and free. And then I will actually drape that on a volunteer's arm. I don't do it on the hostess because I already have her on my calendar. I want a volunteer. I want somebody in the room that I think might book. And every time I pull somebody up and drape jewelry on her arm, she gets so excited. I almost always book that volunteer. So have her come up, drape jewelry on her arm, or let her be the one that holds all the jewelry boxes while you're explaining the hostess plan. Exciting! And then after that much excitement, I'm going to go right into my booking activity. I have used a version of Pass or Play ever since I saw it about 14 years ago, and I've held over 100 home shows each year since then, so I am sold. I believe Pass or Play works, but I'm really excited about this kind of twist on it because of some of the variety. I love using Melissa Terrell's dice game, and you can still watch that on Ustream and see Melissa do it, but the basic gist is, girls, we're going to play a game. It's called Ring Bling Cha-Ching. And how this is going to work, I'm going to pass the dice around. And if you decide to play my game, you're going to win 3 things. First, you're going to win an extra $2,000 EVA dollars. So if you're not winning, you could be now. Second, you're going to win me at your house or a restaurant or my house or a friend's house for your very own jewelry show. So yay! If you choose to play, you win me. You get to have a jewelry show. And third, you get the roll of the dice. This is how it works. If you roll an odd number on the dice, roll a 9, you're going to get to choose one of our fun, fabulous stretch rings. I love these. These are statement rings, girls. Romance them. Tell them why they love them. Tell them the features. They fit every finger, and that they make a statement. They're going to love them, and they can't get them any other way than by rolling the dice and getting an odd number. Bling means they get to choose a bracelet. I still use the Premier Charm bracelets and the Premier Tennis bracelets. I've been using them for years, and ladies really love them. Actually, I give away more charm bracelets than anything else. That's what everyone loves as their host gift. Then if they roll an even number, they're going to get the bling. If they roll doubles, they're going to get, well, if I can find a double, there we go. They get both. Cha-ching! They get a ring and a bracelet. They get so excited. Then I'm going to ask them, does everybody understand all 3 things, and then go over it again, that you win if you decide to roll the dice, okay? So I'm going to pass this around, and you can either roll it, and we'll see what you've won, or you can pass it to the next person. Now I don't have to stand in front of them and go, would you like to play? Would you like to play? Would you like to play? I just hand it to the first person, and it's not always whoever's on my left or right. Sometimes I hand it to that girl that just got excited because I draped jewelry on her. Here, you get us started, Becky. And Becky, oh, I'm rolling, and she rolls. Okay, passed on to the next person. And then all the dice themselves are asking if they want to play. That's my plan A for bookings at my show. You do not get all your bookings from this. You have to still have plan B and plan C, because only your fun girls and your extroverts are going to play at this point. So I have a plan B. When I finish that, I'll say, okay, some of you may have noticed these really cute boxes on my table. Those are my diamond dates. You're going to love this. You decide to take one of these 2 diamond dates, and I'll usually have 2 or 3. Depends on what I have in those 6 weeks coming up. And if you decide to take it, you're going to get a percentage off your order today. And you can see I have a scratch off over the percentage off, so they get to scratch it off. It's just kind of fun. I'll tell them, well, let's see, I think there's one in here that's 20% off, and there might be a 10 and a 15. I don't know. Whatever date is closest, though, might be the bigger one, so you might want to take that, and then you'll get to scratch that off, and that's off your order today. Now, I did learn this little trick from my friend Julie Holtz. She said cover up the percentage with packing tape before you put the scratch off on it. That way when she scratches it off, I just peel off that scratch off sticker and put a new one on it, and I can still keep using this over and over and over. So love that trick. Now, diamond dates are my plan B, and my plan C is my guest survey. So at the end of the show, I'm going to have them pull out the guest survey, and we're going to complete it together. Actually, usually I go straight to this from doing my plan A, plan B, and then I say, pull out your survey. Everyone that played the game on question number 2, check yes, and tell me what you want, a ring or a bracelet or both, and then we'll get that picked out. Some of you are already thinking, oh my gosh, I do not want free jewelry. I love to pay full price for everything always. Then check no thank you, and I will still be your favorite jewelry lady, because they're probably going to buy everything they want from you, Marissa. Isn't that great? Yes, we're fine with that. But some of you are like, oh, I don't know, maybe. Look, I gave you a box too, so check maybe and we'll just talk. Sound good? Now, when the show is over, I collect those and do a drawing so that I get them and I tell them they have to fill them all the way out, but I have gone through each and every segment of that together with them. So they've filled it out as we've gone. So my last place that I'm going to get bookings is at my checkout. And I try to set up a little checkout close to the jewelry table so I can listen and I can be interacting with ladies that have questions about the jewelry or need to see something else. But I can also be stepped over a few steps so that I can privately talk to everybody as they check out. So someone brings me their order, and I have all of the little guest surveys right here at my checkout stand. And when they have taken off with the catalogs or go to the table, I look through my surveys and I go, yes, maybe, yes, no, no, no. Anybody that's responded yes or maybe or checked these boxes right here, that's why I kept them all down a line on my survey. I'm looking for those and pulling them to the top so that I can interact with them at checkout, or I can keep track of who it is in case they don't order. I can still go and, hey, I noticed you said maybe, or I want to give you this packet to send you home to look at a little bit more about Premier. So I'm going to interact. So I might say, oh, Jane, I noticed you've got your prize picked. Let's get your date on the books. Have you thought about one of these dates? Because I could go ahead and take the percentage off your order right here. What do you think? And see my yes face? And I'm just kind of pushing those over in front of her. And she's going to go, well, I think I can do July 8th, and now I've just booked a diamond date and have her scratch it off. Or she might say, oh, I can't do July, no problem, and I'll grab my calendar and we'll look at August and see if we can't get her scheduled in. But I act on those immediately. I don't want phone calls left for me when I get home, because they're there face to face with me. That's a better interaction, and I don't like to work after I get home. So if they say maybe, I would say, you know, Karen, I see that you checked maybe. Tell me what you were thinking. And I don't ask her a yes or no question. I ask her an open-ended one so that she can interact and say, well, I don't know, I've got this and this going on, or I've got this going on, and you can interact with her and help her, move her to a yes. Sometimes I'll just say, what month were you thinking? And she'll answer me. So I want you to keep working on how to do all these things at your jewelry show. Maybe include 1 or 2 this next show, and then come back and watch the video again. But you are going to get bookings from your show when you do all of these things. Good luck.